Now I'm going to go ahead and keep my clipper on, go with the 1/16 close. And I'm going to listen for the hair. That's another thing about, the good thing about wall clippers is that you can actually hear the hair cut, so you can listen for what you're cutting. Remember, every single hair that you cut counts. And I'm aware that I have this perimeter still left, and I'm making sure that all of this is tapered out, nice and neat. And I'm corner cutting the left section of his head as well right now. And then on the right section of his head, I'll be corner cutting with the right part of the blade. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take this off. Make sure to always wipe it down. I'm going to go ahead and keep it closed all the way now. And then hit the middle straight up. Alright? And then for when I come over to the right side, I'm going to be using the right corner of my blade to already fade that part out. And then as I do that, I'm going to make a quick movement of just opening it up a little bit and still use the right side of the blade. If you can see, I'm literally only using the first like 4 or 5 blade, what is that? And then sometimes when you're cutting coarse hair, you're able to turn it and corner cut this way. So that's what I'll do right now. It's all about understanding the hair too, you know? Like you have to understand like the way that the hair is, because in order to make it a good blend, you have to cut. Now we're cutting against the grain. We're not trying to taper it out by cutting with the grain anymore. We're trying to taper it out, so we got to go against the grain. Okay? Well, you have to pay attention to the way that the hair lays. I'm going to close it again. Focus more on this side. And I'm going to come over here. And you'll see that I make a lot more movements as far as the way that I hold the clippers, or the way that I corner cut. Okay. Especially with coarse hair, you have to. It's easier to make mistakes when you're not thinking about what you're doing. Okay. So now that we have this section right here cleaned up, and also like I feel like I can do a better job right here, but so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and slap the one guard on here and go up a little bit higher to make it a little bit lighter. Okay, but it's not going to mess up his wave pattern at all. It's just going to give it the illusion that it's tapered. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and another trick that you can do too is lift the skin up and cut right there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull. You have to cut with confidence as well. As far as like any kind of strokes that you make, you have to believe that it's going to work. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give him the lineup, okay? You see where it's already naturally set up for me. I'm just going to turn my clippers on. I'm going to start at the bottom of the neck. Pull his ear down with my middle finger on my left hand. I'm going to always comb down the hair around his ear. I'm going to use the left corner of my blade. And what I do around the ear, what I like to do, is I use my middle finger on my right hand to guide me, because it helps to control the clipper at all times. Okay. And also when you go around the ear, you want to pull the skin up to give it that nice, sharp, crisp line around the ear. And if you see any little things, go ahead and just clean that up real quick. And again, like we don't want to push his ear hairline to where all of it is exposed. You know, sometimes people have the habit of like going all the way around the ear. We want to avoid pushing anything back. I know sometimes it's necessary to do so, but it's only necessary when the client wants it, when they ask for it to be pushed back. And you'll be surprised, some clients do actually prefer to have a pushback lineup. Okay? And I do see that there's a little dark spot right here that I need to take care of on the taper. So I'm going to go ahead and just take care of that real quick. And of course, the go-to clipper for any of my haircuts is my Oyster Fast Beads. Okay? And this is just to clean it up real quick. Oh, it's already done. Okay? Now I'm going to go ahead on his left side and line up that left side. Alright, so you're going to take a step back. You're going to see what kind of, see what you can match it up with. And I'm going to now start at this section right here to give him that line. Then I'm going to use the bottom right, or the right section of my liner. And then before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and step back again. Make sure that it balances out, and it is. Okay, turn these on. Take care of these neck hairs real quick. And then I'm going to continue to do his neck lineup. I'm using the left section of my blade because it's easier for myself. Then I'll use the right section of the blade to come over his ear on this side. And now I'm pulling his ear down with my left thumb. Now I'm going to pull his skin up again. I'm using my middle finger to help guide me. And again, we're going to do a low taper. So now, with that being said, we're going to shave all this off, and then we're going to get into the goatee when I'm done giving him the taper. Right. So what I'm going to do right now, just for myself, I like to see like the whole canvas and what I'm working on. So I'll just shave all this off. And I'll focus on the goatee part later when we get to that section. But for right now, just gonna shave all that off with my style lining 2s. I like the style lining 2s for balding, just because I feel like it covers more ground, and then also it has like a nice smooth cut to it. Okay, and I do see a little bit of hair behind his ear. I'm just gonna take care of that. So.